Are you ready?
I'm ready, man. Listen, this will take me back to my old days. I'll rob everybody in the studio.
Man, what was it like when Hood Hop hit?
It's the
St.
brand
Louis?
new Hood Hop. Guaranteed to make everybody in this bitch do the wop. It was great, man.
Yeah.
St. Louis was finally getting on. Like Nelly was obviously like the breadwinner in St. Louis. He like really kicked open the door to like, hey man, we got talent in here.
Yeah.
And so like, you know, Nelly was hood, but he was also kind of singy. He was loved by everyone. And Jaquan was a little more grittier, you know what I mean? So then we had Huey come out, you know what I'm saying? Pop, lock, and drop it.
Yeah. Oh,
We had Pretty Willie Sewella, who he turned to a gospel artist. Like we got some variety. We got Aloha. You know what I'm saying? We got some variety. Don't play nothing else, Rob. I see you over there. I ruined the front of a lot of white T-shirts to these songs, like getting danced on, sweating, just blue jean,
These
back
kids
pocket
don't
prints.
know about
They
the
don't.
jean stains.
They don't be dancing. They don't dance. They don't be dancing.
They don't dance. Everyone wants a table.
Yeah.
Their idea of party is very like
Just be there. They think being present is partying. Here's the thing. You had to earn VIP tables when I was coming up. You had to like sell enough dope to where you could spend $1,500 to $2,500 in the club to get that table. These kids, they're 18, 19 getting tables. Like, well, you ain't earned it. You got to stand up.
Table.
Yeah.
Like, it feels like their idea of a party is like when you're in school and they're like, we're going to have a pizza party.
Yeah.
But it's like that elevated. It's like now it's like hookah and wings. But it's that idea. When we were kids, pizza party wasn't a real party.
It wasn't a real party.
A real party had no chairs.
That's true. And the pizza party, like low key, we were getting scammed. Like we were given an ultimatum. You guys be good, right? And I'll give you a pizza party at the end of the month. So we're on our best behavior for an entire month for a slice and a half, possibly a pizza. Because when the pizzas got there, the teachers cut them again. So if it's a whole triangle, they're going to cut that triangle again. So you're really only getting half a piece when you think you get a piece of pizza. Teachers were scamming.
A thin piece.
Oh,
a
scamming.
Piece. Yeah.
Big scam energy. You had me being good for this? See, and that's why I stole a lot.
Okay.
Because I figured that out early on. Y'all got me fucked up.
So you used to steal?
I was stealing those spare tire-sized rolls of toilet tissue, taking them home. Didn't even need them. Didn't even need them. Just
you were stealing toilet tissue at a young age?
Yep.
Wow.
A very frugal-minded kid. That's what I was. I was like, one day I'm going to need that. Don't you dare. Don't you dare.
What?
I thought you was going to start it again.
No, that's a sound effect.
Okay.
That's one of the many sound effects.
The hood hot sauce with that one. Hey.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Am I right?
True.
Yeah, I thought that's what you was finna do.
No. Let me introduce you first.
Come on, man. Let's go.
Yeah. My special guest, Tahir Moore, is here.
Hey.
Entrepreneur.
Yes.
Hot dog connoisseur.
That was unnecessary, but yes.
A boss in this game, doing his thing. He's got so many endeavors. Spelling is hard.
Yes.
Wording is hard. Countless podcasts.
Yes.
More to the story.
It's a lot.
Internet is scary.
Yes.
Like, so, man, doing everything. Stand-up tours.
That's why I do a lot of drugs.
Throwing parties.
You cannot move at the rate that I do and not have some type of boost.
Do you sleep?
I do, just not well.
Okay.
Or not long. I'll say that. I sleep well now that I got my CPAP. Best sleep of my life with the CPAP. But I don't sleep long.
Who gets better sleep, you or Franklin Saint? Who's in better sleep? Because
listen,
Franklin can't. There's no way. There's no way
you're moving that much dope in there. I was paranoid for the week and a half that I sold weed.
Okay.
In high school, and he's selling dope for the CIA.
For the CIA.
That's a different type of. That's a different type of look over your shoulder when you get in the car.
And he's the only preppy person in his hood.
He dresses very nice.
He's the only one with his collar pop
That,
in his
but
neighborhood.
that's also like a great deterrent. Like nobody expects you to have kilos in a briefcase.
Yeah, that's true.
So
that's true.
Franklin Saint he strikes me as the type of person when everybody else has Impalas and stuff in the hood. He's driving a Saab.
A Saab?
You remember Saab?
You gotta watch the Saab.
Yeah.
Seinfeld had a Saab.
Yeah, he did.
You
He
know?
did. The whole
Like-
thing was like, we have jet engines. Saab was like jet engine powered. But they were
really?
horrible cars. Always had
Man.
engine problems. Always.
That's crazy because the jet's supposed to go in the sky. You putting a jet engine too close to the dirt,
yeah.
it's not made for
It's
that.
not made for that. Is that what that?
Tahir, we have one rule on this podcast. That rule is no Googling, no looking anything up.
I won't. I embrace my ignorance. I really feel like it's helped me be who I am. Like wording is hard.
Yeah,
That's me embracing my ignorance. I fuck up words regularly.
we all do.
Not like me. I'm a champion.
But I'm saying some people are better than others.
Yes, at fucking up words.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the fucking King Kong of it, baby. Beat my chest on top of a building. I am good at it. And I just lean into it.
And it's a beautiful thing, and it's something that we all use this language, whether we went to school or not. We all do.
I feel like you're setting me up for something.
No.
Okay.
I'm saying Eminem dropped out in the 9th grade, one of the best at talking, using the English language, putting words together. And, he didn't go to double digits,
When it comes to school.
when it comes to school. Yeah.
Right.
And so I just think that it's something we all share. We all have to spell eventually.
I do an amazing Boston accent,
Okay.
but it kind of sounds like Eminem rapping.
Okay.
Would you like to hear that right now?
Yeah.
Okay. I parked the car in the hobby yard and got a black coffee with a black Sharpie.
Okay. I see
Went
what
to Boston
happened.
Market.
Okay. I feel like if you didn't put the voice on it, you would just have a Boston accent.
I parked the car in the hobby yard and got a black cup of coffee and a black Sharpie.
I feel like you're Emineming it up. I don't
I'm
know.
not. If you go back and look at the episode of Explain This with me and Kev when we're ripping Big Irish J to shreds, that's what I kept doing. But I kept doing it. I wasn't even thinking about it. I watched it last night and I was like, why do I sound like Eminem?
Because Eminem's from Detroit.
He is. But if he was from Boston,
If
that
Eminem
would definitely
was
be one of the
from
verses.
Boston, he'd have.
Parked the car in the hobby yard and got a cup of coffee with a black Sharpie and a Molten Boffin.
Let's thank God that Eminem's not from Boston. I feel
Eminem-
like that would empower so much like Boston energy. If the
they
best
would be
white rapper was from
They
Boston,
would be unbearable.
like if Marky Mark was from Detroit and Eminem was from Boston, what kind of world would we live in?
Let me tell you something. Mark Wahlberg and them and Eminem, they would own half of America. Mark Wahlberg already is. I didn't realize how big he was outside of movies. Like you remember he had a Jordan 2. I think he had a Jordan 4.
Yeah, the Wahlbergs had a 4. Yeah,
They're going for like 100,000.
yeah, because they're some of the rarest. There's only like
But they're ugly.
10 pairs, 4 pairs,
But
something
they're
like
ugly.
that. It doesn't matter.
They're green
They're
and
rare.
yellow, and they're ugly.
They're
That's one thing I
rare,
don't get
and
about the
Michael Jordan hates the color green.
green. He does.
So in order to get a green shoe, you got to be
get the
on
okay from him.
flames.
Yeah,
You got to be going crazy. Like I don't want to say no to Mark Wahlberg.
but you could.
You could.
I don't know what the blowback would be if saying no to Mark Wahlberg as Jordan. Like, what does Jordan do that Mark Wahlberg has the green light?
It gets back to Michael Jordan. Mark Wahlberg's telling other super rich people, this man really don't like green. He wouldn't let me get a green shoe. And then they're like,
But he's Jordan.
He wouldn't let you get a green shoe.
Who could cancel Jordan? Remember when kids were getting robbed and killed for Jordans, and they tried to cancel Jordan? This was before cancel culture was a thing. They were trying to cancel Jordan before not speaking on it.
Yeah.
And they was like, "Oh, these are your shoes, and you can't say nothing about it." Jordan kicked back with a cigar in his mouth, laughing at their interviews, because nobody can cancel Jordan like that.
Yeah. He did an interview with Shades on.
Bro,
They were confronting him about doing one of the worst things you can do in sports, gamble on the sport.
yeah.
He was caught going to Atlantic City, going to the casino during the Eastern Conference Finals, and they lost 2 consecutive games, and that's how great Jordan was. It was like 2 in a row. This guy is...
He don't care. Let me tell you, this is how I know Jordan didn't give a fuck.
He did the interview in poker shades.
Jordan wore that hoop earring well into the 2000s without giving a single solitary fuck.
Yeah.
And he dressed the same. He heard the jokes. I feel like y'all think Jordan didn't hear the joke. He heard the jokes about the big suits and the big pants.
Make
and he still
the legs bigger. Make them bigger. I need more fabric.
How big, Jordan? They was like, hula hoop on the ankle. Not on the waist, on the ankle. That's a lot.
As I get older and as my body gets older, I understand that era, and I really hope that era swings around.
The big jeans?
Yes. You know how easy it is to hide getting bigger in that era? Half of my comments are like, this guy thinks differently. This guy is so funny. And the other half is, man, Rob, you're getting big. Or the compliment version, man. You eating good now,
right? That's how they.
I can see you eating good.
That's a backhanded compliment. That's almost the equivalent of somebody saying, "Oh my God, this is such a great personality. This is your person. That's such a great personality. They dress really well. They never say anything about your looks.
Yeah,
I didn't know I looked good because everybody just complimented how well I smelled.
Okay,
and how nice I dressed.
Okay,
I didn't know I was handsome until I got to college.
Okay.
People like, man, I like your
Maybe
shoes.
you weren't until you got to college.
Wow. That's...
No, you grow into your, you know what I'm saying? It's all the form.
Could have just backed me up. I felt like you took an opportunity. There was a door for slight, and then there was a door to be like, yeah, I get that.
I've never seen your kid pictures. Like, this is not, like, I'm not saying.
You just supported me as a friend. Just as my brother in light-skinned arms, you could have supported me. It was a missed opportunity.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm not on your side.
I'm going to bring it up at the meeting.
I don't know if I'm not on your side because you're implying that you were handsome and people didn't even notice.
Yeah.
Which is far worse than not being handsome and then the minute you get handsome, they're like, yeah, let's go. I don't know if that's worse.
I'll show you pictures later. I'll show you pictures later.
Worse.
I don't want to get your opinion on camera just in case you be like, oh, yeah, well, I see what they were
saying.
So
you think you were always handsome.
Well, I heard it from my mom.
Yeah.
But, like, she's
That's
biased.
That's what moms are supposed to say.
She's biased. So I mean, I had some girlfriends.
Also, that doesn't count.
Yeah.
Like, you're only going to go so far.
Yeah.
You're my mom.
Well, I was smashing. I got some yams.
Okay.
In high school.
Okay.
Got a girl pregnant. That has
all right.
Something, so
to me, that's off the charts.
I'm smash worthy.
Off the charts. My high school, there was no data.
Ooh. When did you smash? When did you lose your virginity?
Not in high school.
Okay. And that lets you know.
I was grown.
It was later.
I was grown.
Because he didn't even bring it up in college. He was like, not in high school. He separated it far enough.
It was in college.
It was?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How was it? Was it enjoyable? Or was it kind of like nervous?
Unforgettable is probably the best way to describe it.
That's a hell of an adjective.
For both parties. Yeah. Unforgettable.
That's a hell of a way to describe it because that doesn't mean good or bad. It could mean either.
Yeah,
it doesn't mean either way.
It might mean catastrophic.
Oh.
It might mean like a story you only tell close friends type of thing.
That puts it on a different
level. Yeah. Might be on the blooper episode. That's where you would put that one on the greatest outtakes. Yeah.
Ooh.
The footage Rob Haze doesn't want you to see.
Nobody needs
That's
to see
how that one would be labeled.
Women always give guys shit for when guys come too fast.
You mean the ultimate compliment?
And see, that's how I look at it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, well, not just that, but it's also like, all right, I'm trying to hold back to make sure you get yours, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm one of those people. I will, because I can come fast. Like I can if I want to. I mean, 2-3 minutes, I'm in and out of there, right? But I hold back. I'm trying to establish a branch.
No. You're making a point. Listen, but I'm just saying, hey,
as men,
wasn't interested.
We can come fast. We can come fast.
That's very true.
Right?
No, that's true.
So we hold back intentionally to make sure our partner enjoys this experience as well. Right?
Okay.
Now, women, some can come fast. Some are multi-orgasmic. Most, it takes 15 to 20 minutes.
Okay.
So
all right. You got it down to time.
Yeah. No, I'm very anal with this.
Are you able to assess time while you're doing that? Are you able to like?
Yes. That's why I always have on music.
Oh,
So the typical R&B song is 2.5 to 3.5 minutes.
Okay.
So I know if I'm 3 songs in, I'm about 12 to 15 minutes in this pussy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Or like when me and my wife do it, we always have like porn on too. And so I pick the video so I know how long the video is, and I've already skimmed through it. I'm like, oh, at this time mark, at 12 minutes in, he goes from the back.
You're doing game tape? Do you have a binder?
Well, not now. When I was in college, I did. In college, I was very organized and very anal because I was working 4 jobs. I was taking 16 credit hours, and I was the president of my organization. So time was a luxury, right?
Wow.
So it's like, if I'm going to try to fuck somebody tonight, I need to know how good it's going to be, if I'm going to enjoy the person overall, and what it looks like afterwards.
Yo, this is nuts.
I'm not even kidding. Like, you can ask some of my closest friends. I had a spreadsheet.
Okay.
For each person and their name, what I rated the sex. And if we went wrong, which, I mean, I never really did, sex to me could never be higher than a 6.5 of the condom on.
Your spreadsheet getting out is a teen movie. That's a teen movie. The spreadsheet, the guy with the spreadsheet, and then it gets out, and then how that affects everyone socially.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
But I always.
Did you share your data with other people?
I told some of the homies, no. But like, I didn't let
Did they see the chart?
Nah, nobody saw the chart.
The chart, so this is a secret chart.
It is a secret chart.
Was it on the back of something else?
No.
Was it like if someone saw it face down, they wouldn't pick it up, but then you knew it was, was it laminated?
It was laminated because I was still adding to it. It was like legal notebook paper. It was the yellow one.
Okay.
Because it was business. It was serious
legal
business.
pad.
It was
all
a legal pad.
Yeah.
And again, it was three different.
Are you writing the names out?
Yeah.
Are you putting initials that only you understand?
Full name.
Okay. Full name.
I wouldn't do a code name.
Like, bold.
Yeah. Very
bold.
Very bold.
Okay.
But here's the thing: if you're like, "Oh, you fucking pig, you keeping scores," I'm not tripping off the. I would fuck with somebody that was a 5 or a 4 on a sex scale if I enjoyed the company afterwards.
Okay.
Because here's the thing: if somebody comes over to your house to smash, then nobody ever just comes over and just smash and then leave, right? You're gonna come over, you have to do the whole song and dance, how was your day, all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
In college, you probably put on a movie, act like y'all gonna watch the whole movie. You're not gonna watch the whole movie, but you can't just like pull your dick out and be like, all right, let's fuck, right? So you have to have the whole thing.
Sure.
You get up a couple times, get you something to drink, and then on the second time or the first time you come back from the drink, you sit a little closer, right? Then you just kind of place your hand on the thigh. Then you just like start rubbing the thigh. Then you move it on up to the coochie cat.
Okay.
And be like, oh, can I touch this? Okay, now it's time. So it's like who expedites that process the easiest.
Okay.
Who makes that the process the easiest for you?
Okay.
Because it's still awkward. We're still kids.
In the chart is a
this
place
is about
for
this is
time.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. And during that time, because you're not really watching the movie, you're probably having a conversation. So if you're conversing with someone, you want it to be fun and cool.
Yeah.
So that was part of the whole enjoyable thing. Like the process, how easy it was to talk to this person, how the sex was, and then the last blocks was the average from those 2 previous boxes. So I took the 2 numbers and got the average. I'm like, okay.
Dope.
Yeah.
So then, all right, so you have this.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone could do this.
Everyone could.
Everyone could
it just takes
do
work.
this.
That's why I said I was very anal.
I don't know. I'm really curious if other people have charts.
I'm sure some guys do. I wasn't doing it for a sleazeball thing like, oh, yeah, knocked off Lisa, knocked off Ashley.
No,
oh,
you didn't put it on graph paper.
No.
You didn't go to the store planning to make this chart.
Yeah, strictly for time management purposes.
After a certain amount of time, you're like, I got to map this out.
Yes.
Visually.
Yeah, because I was only getting like 3 hours of sleep. That's why I got a whole lot of tattoos on my side that are like robot themed. Like the plug right here and the gauges right here. It's because I was literally operating on like 3 to 4 hours of sleep for 2.5 years while I was doing this.
You were so busy that you were like, I'm going to sit still and have someone draw robot stuff on me.
This dick got to eat.
Got you.
This dick got to eat.
So you put things inside your penis.
Excuse me? What do you mean?
You said this dick's got to eat.
Well, I mean, eat vagina is what I was meaning.
Dude, I don't think that's how it works. I think it's the opposite.
The only time I put something inside my dick was like when I was out of a condom, so I like put a little piece.
You tried to cork your penis?
Yeah. Thought it might age like fine wine. Yes.
I do wonder. Okay, like I don't like
it doesn't work.
Like everything in science, we never nail it on the first try, right? So pre-condom, what if there were like all kind of things like that they
Yeah.
tried to do, like the penis cork?
I wonder why they didn't do. I get why.
Mhm.
Like if a condom that covers the whole shaft is more safe than one that just goes around the helmet. But did we try
Yeah.
the helmet? Like remember the hat that kid used to wear when kid in play? It was on his head and kind of like hung to the side. It was almost like a beanie, but an elongated beanie.
Yeah, a nap cap.
Let's get a condom that only goes around the helmet, right? Just around
Okay.
the tip, and it has a little reservoir for your explosion, right?
Okay.
But now you get to feel the wetness on the shaft.
Shaft wetness.
Mm-hmm.
But do you think the shaft wetness, like the thing is, how tight is this gonna be?
Well, see, man, that was the
This
thing.
thing's
like,
gonna be too tight.
see, the technology hasn't been in place because we have like the Nike mags,
Yeah.
and then like the self lacing, and you can do it, and you can adjust it so it's your own pressure that you
Don't
now,
put wires and
listen,
technology on
now,
it. Don't do that.
Now there's no need for a cock ring because a lot of people use cock rings to expand their erection
I got it.
or hold back.
I got it.
Mm-hmm.
Scan your penis.
3D
print.
Yes. Now you got special
Now you
condoms.
have something that's
just
made
for you. Mm-hmm. Exactly.
only for you.
Boom. And that's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Right, so it has a rubber lining on the down because the helmet doesn't go all the way around. So you got just like a rubber lip part that's like skin tight, and then the elastic part is on the top of the helmet. So that's the part you pull out, pull over, press it against there. Now we fucking.
Okay.
Not
no.
fucking, but like now,
Absolutely not.
now we cooking with grease.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah.
Got you. Tahir, this might be the bluest episode we've ever had
I
of
apologize
the
in
Inconsistent Podcast with Rob
Well, it's going to be
Haze.
consistently blue with me. I'm going to let you know that.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see if you can blue this up. What reruns do you watch?
Porn. I got my favorite one. No, I love Mama's Family.
Mama's Family.
Mama's Family with
Okay.
Vicki Lawrence was so freaking good to me. Yes, I loved it. One of my supporters during quarantine actually bought me the entire series of Mama Family on DVD, and they sent it to me.
What is the origin of Mama's Family? Was it a character on another show?
I think it was one of Vicki Lawrence's characters from her show, and they just spun it off and made a series. It was a comedy series. It was great. I loved it. I love Mama's Family.
I wonder how I would feel if I did a character and then the character got its own show.
You know that would be lit as hell.
It would be lit. Unless I didn't love doing the character.
That would
you
be
know
a
what I'm
thing.
saying? Unless like doing that voice does something to my real voice.
Yeah. I mean, I think
it's
that's
fun
what...
to do in a short amount of time. It's super fun in 5 minutes. But then in syndication level of episodes, it's like, all right, now my voice is different.
Yeah.
Because y'all love this person that I made up to do sometimes.
Jaleel White. He did such a good job as Steve Urkel. It was hard for him to like transition to the other things because people only saw him as Urkel.
How does a man have a show where at some points he's playing 4 characters, not do stuff all the time? Like, why are we not seeing Jaleel White create other things? Like,
it's hard for people to see. There's only a few people who could do that. Martin was one of those people.
Yeah.
He created 6 to 8 characters.
Yeah.
Eddie Murphy did it in Coming to America.
Mm-hmm.
Arsenio did it a couple times. Vampire in Brooklyn. He was a couple
Nutty
people.
Professor.
Nutty Professor was up. I mean, that was just genius.
Genius.
I mean, he does not get enough credit. He gets amazing credit for being like one of the most amazing comedians ever. But like his acting ability and his character creation and like the development of characters, fantastic.
But like but even going back to Jaleel White, he's in the Eddie Murphy era with the confidence to do character work.
I mean, he tried.
On
He
Fridays.
tried to bring Stefan in.
Stefan
Urkel.
Murder Urkel.
Yeah. Murder.
You know.
Yeah.
The cousin.
I forgot about the one cousin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He had dreadlocks. You know, in the 90s, if you had dreadlocks, that was a different
thing.
Different thing.
You was 5%er.
Yeah.
1%. What is 5%er? Kick the knowledge, right?
Yeah, I don't know if that dreadlocks are, you know what I'm saying, one together like that. But at the same time, I get where you going.
Yeah, well,
you going
like,
to a spiritual place.
Well,
you know
5%
what I mean?
is like the guys in what is that on the East Coast? They're like, "Yo, kick knowledge, king."
Yeah.
And but sometimes I get them mixed up between the 5% and 1%, and 1% is like the super rich people.
Got you.
That's
got
what I
you.
was
No,
saying,
5% is like Rakim.
Yeah.
Raekwon, both known for their fades.
Yeah.
But still, I get it. He was Elvis Urkel. He was Einstein. He was
too sober.
Bruce Lee.
I'm sober for this because I was like, I want to be sober for 5. I've been drunk and owned stuff all weekend. I was like, I'm gonna sober up for last podcast.
Hey man, I appreciate that.
Yeah,
I do appreciate that.
Professionalism.
Like I want you to be at your best though. If your best is not sober, then I'm cool with that.
Nah, my best.
If
is sober.
your best
my
is
best
drunk,
sober.
I'm cool with that.
Nah,
if your
it's
best
sober.
is on shrooms, then bring on the shrooms.
Never did shrooms a day in my life.
You never did shrooms?
Nope.
Why not?
I don't do drugs, Rob.
You don't do drugs.
Nope, I just drink.
You just drink. Where did drinks come from?
The bar.
The bar.
Uh-huh.
And the bar gets them from
The distributor.
the distributor who gets it from
Factory.
the factory who uses
Alcohol.
which comes from
Fermented fruit.
fermented fruits.
Mm-hmm. They get that from jails.
Mushrooms is a fungus
Uh-huh.
right by the fruit.
Right? It is.
Right? Like really
It's in
close
the same.
to
It's
the
in
fruit.
the same part of the store.
Mm-hmm.
It's in
You
the
got to
produce.
get it from the ground.
Yeah,
It's the thing that came from the ground.
this is true.
Just
You make a good point. All right, fine. Fuck it. I'm doing drugs now.
I'm
See how
not.
easy
I'm
it
not
is?
saying
That's late.
all drugs.
Now.
I'm not saying
this
all
is what
drugs.
you forced me to. 'Cause
I'm just
impressionable.
saying that
I'm a child,
you're a child.
and you just made me see that drugs are healthy.
You don't smoke weed.
Nah, I don't smoke weed.
That's
in
crazy.
all seriousness, I don't smoke. Weed is, and I do drugs. Sorry, I was kidding. I do a lot of drugs. But I don't do weed because weed is so much of a head high. It messes up my equilibrium and my depth perception. So like I can't function as the way I need to. Like as somebody that likes to be in control of their own devices, I can't. Like I've been too high. Like I got to just sit down. So I don't like being stuck like that from a substance.
So you smoke weed and it's a 2D.
Yes,
It's like you're in a cartoon now.
yes.
That's crazy.
I don't feel safe when I smoke weed. Like I don't see how people be smoking weed and driving or go in a booth and record some shit. Like I am not productive when I smoke weed. My wife can. My wife can blow down big trees. I can't do it though.
The first time I smoked weed, I saw a cartoon, and then I never saw that again.
Like you saw a cartoon on the TV and you've never been.
Yeah, I was watching Adult Swim.
Uh-huh.
But then, like, when I closed my eyes at night, I could see, like, animated things.
You sure that was weed and not shrooms?
I'm 100% was weed.
Sounds like shrooms because that's what shrooms like pure shrooms, like not like I do the I microdose with shrooms, so I do like the chocolates 0.25. That's my thing.
That's doing shrooms.
I know. I said I was just kidding about the drugs.
All right.
I definitely do.
I
Drugs.
thought you were differentiating
No.
certain things from drugs.
When I do the
like
real
drugs as a concentrated.
No. I do Molly too.
Okay.
I've done X.
Okay. So you lied.
I did. I said I was lying. I looked at the cameras like I was lying about drugs. I do drugs. I just said that.
Why would you lie to me?
I have a problem.
And tell the truth to the camera.
I have a problem.
You tell the truth to the camera, but you lied to me.
I have a problem
With
but
lying?
I said it. Yes. And it's not really lying. If
So
I tell you right after, it's more
that you steal,
it's-
you lie. What else do you do?
I am not without sin, brother. I am not without sin. You know,
I like how you put that.
he died for my sins. So I feel like if I don't do something, he wasted it.
Yeah.
So
It
I'm
is
a party.
wild to die before I even get to sinning for them.
If I don't do it, then I feel like I'm not upholding my end of the bargain.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna ask for forgiveness.
Okay. So you think
I do shrooms and I'm like, God forgive me.
You're saying you sin to keep the whole thing in business.
Balance. It's all about balance.
It's like if I don't sin,
Yeah.
what are they gonna repent? That's crazy.
If I go to a church and like I have nothing to confess, why am I here? For the music? I got all these same songs on my iPod. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of braggy. If you didn't sin and you go to church and you're just singing it up and just, you know,
I
then
live right.
Yeah.
I live
It's
right.
kinda,
You're boring.
you know,
You're boring.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. Hell's it's gonna be insufferable, right? But it's also probably gonna be popping. Because all the cool people who didn't get a chance to confess, they're gonna be down there. You know what I imagine hell being? Like a club that keeps playing your favorite song, but you don't realize it's on repeat, and you just keep dancing the whole time, but you can't get a wait staff to give you some water. So you just dancing and sweating. Excuse me, baby girl. Oh shit, this is my jam, and you just start all over again. And it's an eternity of that.
I don't think, because that's still manageable.
Off. It's not. The AC's off. I hate being hot. Hate it. I hate being hot.
For eternity, you're just gonna be
dancing. You tired of
water away.
You can see bottles going to other people's section, but you can't get none because you ain't at the table.
Man,
that'd be fucked up though.
It would be messed up.
Yeah,
it would be messed up.
I know.
I've just started thinking about whether our human names even transfer to the afterlife. Like, so you get your names here. If you go somewhere else, what if it just takes you a couple thousand years to learn your name? Like, it's super long.
Yeah.
Eternity. So you just, like, you don't even know the heaven alphabet when you get there. Like, you don't even know. Oh, you think it's a 26-letter alphabet?
I mean,
when you have eternity? Dude, the spelling is harder in heaven is nuts.
But hear me out, though. Hear me out. Because we're at an elevated level, right? We might not even talk like that. We may communicate, telepathically.
Pure,
yeah,
like emotion to emotion.
Yeah, like boom,
just intention
like,
to intention.
I like your offer.
Yeah.
And you just felt like, oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Could be that.
So you can't even play Michael Jordan one-on-one. You know what I'm saying? You can't even play Kobe one-on-one.
He knows what you're thinking. He don't know
because he's already like,
he's in your head.
You admire me as a basketball player and then just floats away.
Yeah. Or what if he's not good at basketball there? What if that was a special gift God gave him just to go on the earth and bless people with? And he get back up there, we're all level. Like, nobody's better than anybody else. We're all just, it's an even, nobody can sing.
Nobody can sing?
Only certain angels that would have been ordained to sing can sing.
Wasn't that Lucifer? Wasn't Lucifer the singing guy? What if there's no music?
He was the king of entertainment.
Like, we really don't play music anymore. Like,
yeah, it's a
it didn't work out well. Yeah. I know you guys love it on Earth, but
so, like, what is we have? Like, we got
our thing. Yeah. We're more of an NPR kind of space, like so NPR huge up here.
Like so Tiny Desk? No, not that.
No.
Not the commercialized one.
Yeah. That's when they got corrupted. It's like, use that desk and do some work. Am I right?
What if that's work and in heaven? Like, do you think there's gonna be like, is food gonna be unlimited? Like, just provided? Inexplicably, we don't understand it, or we still have to like barter. Like, somebody's like doing over herding of animals and gathering fruit. Like,
I think maybe we don't have like food in the physical form, but someone who like their gift was to be a chef is able to make everyone feel like nourished.
What if it's like,
so you go to the chef and then they give you the feeling that you would get from food.
It's like,
so they would and you'd be like, oh man, so Quick Trip hot dog is in me now.
What you just did, it was 2 doors. Could have just went through the good one. You could have went through the one.
My bad. 7-Eleven, is that the good? Is that the good door? What's the good door?
Honestly,
BJ's. What's the good door? Who's got the hot dog that would make this
I like Q-Tip,
the kindest
more than 7-Eleven.
Okay, all right.
There ain't no Quick Trip.
Yeah, I thought I went through the good door. I
was just saying, like, you didn't even have to go that way.
I've used many a Quick Trip bathroom. I mean, is it the cleanest? No, but is it the most modern of gas station bathrooms? For sure.
Quick Trip is probably the cleanest out of all the gas station bathrooms, though.
Yeah.
It definitely is. Because 7-Eleven, sometimes they don't even be having bathrooms.
When you go in a Quick Trip at 2 a.m,
yeah,
you feel like they are prepared for you to be there.
Yeah.
when you go in other gas stations at 2 a.m, you feel like you woke them up. Like you
definitely feel
turn
like a
the
bother.
lights on,
You feel like a
and
bother.
they're like, "All right, now I have to talk to a person." Okay,
How can I help you?
all right.
How can I help you?
Please don't ask for anything behind the glass. Please, please, please. I only know to reach for the pills. That's it. That's it. Please.
Pills
Please.
and cigarettes.
Yeah. I have this thing every time I ask for a lighter, I don't tell them what color. They always give me a red lighter. What about me says that I want a red lighter? Because now all my lighters are red. I don't know which one's the empty one, which one's the half full one.
Why don't you just throw the empty ones away?
I never know when it's done.
I think you do. I think when you and no flame comes out, that's a big telltale sign.
But then what if you like shake it and then
you know it's almost empty. So I'm
Okay.
gonna use this one for the rest of the day. Then I'm gonna toss it.
Okay.
If you're being that hard up for $2, I need you to rethink your device.
It's not that.
What is it?
I'll get a lighter when I need one.
Okay.
But I don't want to need one too early.
Okay.
I want to know when I need it.
I get that. Okay.
I'm new to having lighters.
I
was a moocher for a long time. For a long time, anything that I consumed, it would be someone else purchased it, rolled it, lighted, and I just came with the personality.
That's not okay. That's not okay.
And I'm sorry. I don't think
you are sorry because you knew that you were doing. You were actively aware that you were doing.
Yeah.
You just didn't want to commit to. That's what it is. You didn't want to commit to being labeled as a stoner or a weed smoker. So you felt like if I don't buy all the things I need, then they can't label me as that. It's just,
Weed wasn't legal. Off top, number one, it is a hazard to my, freedom if I get caught with weed. Number two, live with my parents pretty much until I was those 4 years in college, was away from home, then went back to home until I was about 27.
Gotcha.
So that encroaching on my freedom again.
Yeah, I get that.
And then also didn't really have the money. Really, really couldn't afford to have it.
I'm gonna tell you this: if you don't have the money, that does make it difficult. You are kind of hoping somebody's being generous with it.
Yeah. Right. I mean, I guess the money I spent on gear could have went towards a habit.
It absolutely could have.
But at the same time, then I'm the guy who doesn't have the gear.
You got to make a choice.
And has the habit.
Now you're the guy that has the gear that smells like weed. That's another reason why I don't smoke weed, because I hate the smell of weed.
You hate the smell of weed?
Not a fan of it at all. And it engulfs you. Like, it becomes a part of you. You start smelling like whatever you smoked. You ever been to somebody's house, somebody invites you over to dinner, their parents are cooking, and you sitting in the living room, but the living room's so close to the kitchen, when you leave, you smell like that. That's what weed does. Now you smell like
if
a number two.
If the food's good, I don't mind. If your greens are great, I will smell like your
greens. Here's the thing. Chicken only smells good when you're hungry. When you walk around with chicken on you for like 3 hours and you're not even hungry anymore, you stink.
Try working at a chicken restaurant.
Well, here's the thing. If I come in a restaurant, I'm hungry. So you smell delicious.
Okay.
Yeah.
But then when I
you need to take your ass right home.
On the train and go home.
See,
now everyone's not. Yeah. It's not delicious for anyone.
I mean, but people on the train typically be hungry. They just got off work or they headed to work. They be hungry.
Yeah.
No.
That's basically what this podcast is, man. Moments like that. That was
really such a random tangent we just went off on.
Yeah.
And it just, yeah.
I feel like it was amazing. I feel like people's minds are blown right now.
They needed to hear it.
Mm-hmm.
It was a necessary evil. People need to know the conversations about smelling like food versus weed, and my reaction to both. So,
Yeah. I mean, we went to eternity and back.
We did. It was a lot. It got blue for a second.
Yeah.
I will always go blue, just because for so long I couldn't talk about the stuff I wanted to talk about it, and now I feel like I'm in a place professionally where I can talk about all the shit I want to talk about. And
That's crazy.
I always take the opportunity to do it.
Okay.
I always felt bad too for still cursing in front of older people.
Yeah.
I'm an adult. I feel I kind of wince sometimes when I be on stage. If I see somebody, if I say bitch and I see an older man, he's like, ooh, I be like, oh, I'm sorry, sir.
Have you ever cursed at a barbershop with the sign "No cursing, please"?
I've definitely paid that. I had to pay that fee before. Yep.
Oh, they have a fee?
The one I used to go to is in St. Louis. You know what? No, there was another barbershop that had a fee. One of my cousins worked at, but like at Breezy just said no cursing.
Yeah.
And then somebody cursed, like the owner, Miss Pat, she'd be like, "Hey, no cursing. No cursing." And she would just do that. And then you feel like you really got in trouble.
Dang.
Because she was like the owner. She was a black woman. You feel like you was disrespecting her. And she was beautiful. So you're like, I don't want to upset Miss Pat.
I would never curse at a barbershop where there were children present.
Fuck them kids.
I wouldn't do that.
Fuck them
But
kids.
it gets heated sometimes. Everyone else is cursing. I might.
Kids need their own barbershop just like kids need their own planes. I feel like kids shouldn't be on the plane with us. Like, get your own plane. Or they should only be able to fly during certain hours. Like, kid-friendly hours are 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. After that, like, I don't want to see no fucking kid on no red eye.
Why?
Because we all here to sleep. And this kid, this might be their first time taking a flight. Now this bitch-ass baby going to be crying because the air pressure going to fuck him up and he can't say words like, "Oh, my ears hurt."
The kid's parents has to provide for the kid. They find a flight in a window where they can work that day,
RV.
come home, get the kid, put the kid on a plane, and you're going to prevent that from happening?
Yes. Catch an RV. Rent an RV. Drive wherever the fuck you need to go.
How many babies cry on red-eye flights? It's
Enough.
pitch black.
Enough.
I don't remember a baby crying on a red-eye.
You ain't flew enough.
Wow, you just gonna flex on me like that?
It ain't a flex.
I mean, I'm sorry. I'm only platinum. You know, they don't even treat us like we have medallions, and they don't even acknowledge us.
This is true.
They say diamond,
Yeah,
and then they
diamond
say first class.
Diamond burst,
and then they say, you know,
if you got something that's like platinum or whatever,
do you need help?
Yeah,
you know, and then they're like,
time, people.
And then they're like comfort plus.
Yeah,
and then they're like, if you just have a medallion. And it's like, what am I working for? Why did I feel accomplished? Why did I take that extra first class flight just to get up to platinum, just for you guys to treat me like I am still silver?
Listen, do you have the card?
I don't have the card.
See, that's another way that helps it. That's how I got to. I get to diamond every year around June, whether I've taken a lot of flights or not, because I purchased so much on the card.
But you know they upped the amount on the card.
What do you mean?
By like 10. Like now you gotta spend $250,000 instead of $25,000.
It just depends. It just depends on which card you have.
Because
they got a lot of. They got the business card, then they have the Sky Miles card. So yeah, I get points on all the purchases I make, regardless. And I got 2 cards with it. So I got a business card and I got a personal card.
Yo, Delta, cut my man a check. He just put us on game. You know how many cards he just sold?
Hey, man.
You know how many transactions are going to be made?
Just be wary, though, because like some of those cards have an annual fee, a healthy annual fee.
Okay.
But the business one comes with a free year of the Sky Lounge, too. And you get a guest pass. So that's why I do that.
Don't fill up the Sky Lounge.
Hey,
they
ain't going to do it.
Don't fill up the Sky Lounge.
They ain't gonna do it.
You know what I'm saying?
The new one at LAX is... The new one at LAX, they let you like...
I like being with the people.
Nah, not me.
I sit on the floor, crisscross applesauce.
I go to the Sky Lounge. They bring me out a glass plate. I do Coke on it. Nobody bats an eye. It's an amazing feeling.
No.
You know?
I like being with the people.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
Rob, you don't.
Yes, I do. Starbucks line. Wraps around, you know?
That's
your boy.
They have Starbucks in the lounge.
Yeah, nah.
And you don't have to wait for it. You get to make yourself. You are the barista.
I don't want it if I just open my hand out and Starbucks is in my hand. I don't want it.
Why not?
I gotta work for it.
Nah.
Yeah.
Work for no Starbucks.
Yeah, I gotta tell them
man.
my name last initial. It's a lot of Roberts in the airport.
You know what's crazy? I've had to start using a different name when I do my Postmates and my Ubers now.
Okay.
Because like I've had a couple of people deliver food. It was like, "You're here." It's like, fuck, now you know where I live.
I mean, when I delivered food, I would hope that the name was something, you know, that I could spark a whole, you know, they could save me.
Here's the thing. I don't want to talk right now. I appreciate you for watching, but I order food because I'm starving. I always wait till the last minute. I don't order food when I'm hungry or when I can eat. I always order when I'm starving. So by the time you get there, I'm dying. I need the food. I can't have a conversation.
One time when I was doing Postmates, I had to deliver food to a J. Abrams, and I was like, I'm about to be so funny. I'm about to kill it. Like, I'm about to kill it. Like, when I drop this food off, he's going to be like, I got to put that guy in a Star Wars. Like that.
You know how absurd you are to think that? First of all, there is no conversation. The person asks your name, you confirm it, then you leave. I don't need to
let me take a picture of you.
There never needs to be that much conversation had that you think that you're going to be in my next
Did I give you the straw?
I'm reporting you. Soon as you leave, there is no rating or there's no tip.
Answer the door. Some kid answer the door.
Good.
Like, yo, kid.
Good. So
get the person that ordered this. I cannot drop this off to a minor. I can't. Get him out here.
So my daughter went to go grab food for us before, but she's in a couple videos. And one time, a pizza guy was like, "Are you Tahir's daughter?"
Wow.
Now,
that's
see
scary.
how creepy that is?
That's scary.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So like that's why I just start using a different name or something and not go get the food because that's creepy.
Okay.
See, I know I got no rebuttal for that one. I couldn't even make it funny. I tried. I've been thinking about how can I make this funny? Like,
I mean, it's a little scary.
It's a little scary.
What would you rather? Would you rather they recognize your daughter and they don't say anything, or they say something just to like, hey, I recognize you.
I appreciate the gesture. It's like, oh man, I've seen you before. I like your work or whatever. At certain times, it just can be it can come off creepy depending on where we are when we're having this conversation. Like if I'm in the bathroom at the urinal and my hand's on my penis, you're like, man, I like your work. It's like this is not the time to tell me that.
See,
I'm midstream. I haven't even broken stream. I haven't began to shake. I am midstream. This stream is full force. This is a full force stream.
Okay.
I can put out a small fire with this force. Okay. Right now, this stream is fully packed.
Gotcha.
And this is when you tell me you like my work.
I mean, see, I was messed up by the Temptations miniseries because they met Berry Gordy in the bathroom, and they ended up being the Temptations. So it's like so cute, bang, so cute, bang, bang. Like
I saw Michael Jordan in the urinal in the bathroom.
It's a wrap.
Listen,
I'm in there. Boop, 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 boop.
Listen, I know it was Michael Jordan because he had he had two of his rings on his hand, but it was weird looking at his hand because he had on.
I'm getting a laser pointer. I'm over his shoulder. Coming in at guard, 6'6" from North Carolina, peeing Michael Jordan. Like
You're going to jail. I don't know how, but that's sexual assault. You got a lasers pointed at this man while his hand is on his dick? You got a megaphone? You're at the light switch, flicking the lights on and off with a laser. You light a cigarette so you can blow smoke?
Yeah.
You're going to jail.
Yeah, I got his cigar ready. Jordan?
Listen.
At the urinal?
You're going to jail.
Dog, I'm in the other urinal doing the Jordan symbol. Like...
going to jail. And you gotta get to jail. You gotta tell people why you're there.
Man, I mean, y'all like basketball, right? Come on,
that's how you
right?
What are you here for? You ain't gonna believe this.
You're not gonna believe this.
Before I start, let me ask you this: has anybody here ever met Michael Jordan?
Hey, are there any Pistons fans in here? Before I get started, I need to know. You know what I'm saying? I will cut this thing short.
Yo, let me ask you this. Because I thought about this scenario while I was in the bathroom. If you in the bathroom with Michael Jordan and he's peeing, right? He's at the urinal, he's peeing.
Yeah.
Hand on his dick.
Yeah.
Finishes, shakes, zips pants off, walks out. You go outside, you see him, like, hey, how you doing? I'm Michael Jordan. Are you shaking Michael Jordan's dick hand?
Yeah.
Wow.
That might have touched the ball.
I'm not.
What if he did that and then did
it touched his balls. It touched his balls.
No, what if he did that at the 88 dunk contest?
Let me tell you something.
It's also like how he was able to palm the ball and like yank it back and then dunk it.
I'm not knowingly touching anybody's dick hand right after.
If I die from a contaminated Michael Jordan penis hand, that's a dope way to go out.
It's a hell of a story, but you can't tell it. You dead, motherfucker.
I'm in heaven.
Nah.
Getting the hot dogs and telling people about how I died from Michael Jordan's penis.
Jesus is up there. He came back 3 days later. You think you gonna outshine that?
I'm not saying I'm gonna go up after Jesus telling a story. I'm gonna warm up. Like, I'm gonna start telling a story. People gonna come around.
MLK up there.
Gonna jump
Michael
in.
Jackson's up there.
Michael gonna moonwalk in, get on his tippy toes. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling the first.
You at the end of a long
I'm doing
line.
a guest spot.
I don't even know if it's a guest spot, bro. I don't know if it's a guest spot. I gotta be honest with you.
I believe it's a welcoming place.
Your story is basically, the Cliff Notes is, I shook the dick hand of a famous person.
Knowingly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You fuck around and get sent to hell for that.
Why?
Because
what happened to God Made Dirt and Dirt Don't Hurt?
Well, it didn't. It was never God made dick and dick don't make you sick. It was never that. No one ever screamed at you.
We don't know that. Somebody might have.
Nobody
Hey, if someone ever said that to you, we have a hotline that you can call.
I cannot believe this is a hill that you're going to die on right here. No pun intended.
No, somebody might have said that. No, it's a terrible world out there where someone might have said, God made dick and dick don't get you sick.
This is one
and that person needs help.
I need your parents to listen to this podcast. Because obviously everything's not okay at home. You're okay, not
I'm grown now. I'm at home.
They still need to have a talk at the holidays. So, you been washing your hands lately? Like that?
I wash my hands.
Okay.
I want my clean hand to accept all that Michael Jordan is willing to give it. You know what I'm saying? I want my pores to be wide open when I shake this Michael Jordan hand.
You know what's crazy? Is that we're talking about shaking hands, but it sounds highly sexual. Right? I wasn't prepared for this. I was not prepared for this at all.
Man, you have been an incredible guest to hear.
This has been a lot of fun, man. Let me tell you something. I watched the podcast, and I was waiting to get on the show.
Oh, really?
Yes, I'm a fan.
Man.
I've told you many times I'm a fan of you, but the podcast looks so fun, and it's so personal because it's just you and your guests, and you can talk about anything.
I try to. I try to have the ability to talk about anything.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I'm happy to try to showcase on this podcast. And also, I'm getting better. I'm getting better at communicating with people, getting better at listening.
Yeah.
To hear you've always been super supportive of me. You've put me on your platform. You shared your platform that you made for so many comedians, Zooming with the homies with me, and I really appreciate that.
Thank you.
I really feel like that experience kind of opened me to a side of the internet that I didn't know was there.
Yeah.
You know, like the Moore mob, it was dope to see how like much they interact with you and how much they are, you know, a reflection of the person you are, the vibe you have, and everything.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, and you know, like even when I first met you, I first met you when I came out here like 10 years ago. And you know, I was on a showcase. It was very, it was a very big deal for me at the time.
This is one at the Comedy Store, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And I feel like you had like a really good seat.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you gave me like one of the first laughs in like industry events. People are not necessarily giving it up like that and everything. And I remember that. I remember like you know, being a comic and I was like, man, that's support. That's love. Like that's so many, like it's hard to watch showcase.
Yeah.
Like people are like jealous. People are like, or not even jealous, but just like I would do. They're so in the mode of what I would do in this point, what I would say, how I would walk out, blah blah blah, and not thinking of, not just enjoying the show.
Moment, right?
And so like for you to be present like that, enjoy them. Like I always like, you know, when I moved out here, you would have me come through the union and stuff. And so, I really do appreciate you and happy to have you on the podcast as a guest. Honored, even. And then I found out through Zooming with the homies that we grew up with similar nicknames.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm named after my grandfather.
Okay.
So his name, Robert Haze. I'm Robert Haze. So he would go by Bob. Mm-hmm. My grandmother would call me Bob Bob.
Wow.
Yeah.
You've never said this before.
I did say it on Zooming with the homies, but
I was probably
you were
I was going on.
Switching around stuff, playing stuff, adding people in. My laptop was dying. It was a lot of stuff going on.
You consistently had problems with Zooming.
You're the reason I bought a new laptop.
Thank God.
Yeah.
You were too successful. If you would have seen Rob's what he called a laptop, it was a desktop. He was walking around with a big CPU and a computer. I was like, you're a writer on this national show. What are you doing?
Is there sentimental value to this laptop? Like, did you write your first script on this laptop? It was like, no, I don't know.
He was just like, he's just so frugal, except when it comes to shoes and stuff. And it's just like, what are you doing?
It was crazy because, I've been holding on to this thing. Currency said he bought a MacBook and it changed his life.
Yeah.
And so when I bought that MacBook, I was like, this is going to change my life. And it did.
It did.
But it wasn't changing it enough for me to be like, I'm moving on to the next laptop, Like,
you gotta switch it up, man.
Yeah.
All of my laptops have left when I ran out of space. Like, when it was like I couldn't delete anymore, I was like, okay, it's time to get a new laptop.
Yeah.
But yours wouldn't hold the internet.
It wouldn't hold, it wasn't ready for all the zooming.
It was Butterfingers.
It was a very just like, all right, some meetings, sometimes Zoom laptop.
Yeah.
And then we're in the pandemic and it's like,
I was doing that
we're
every
zooming
day.
All the time.
It's
a lot of wear and tear on the old 2015 MacBook.
It was time.
Mm-hmm.
It was time. That was a good time. I'm bringing some with the homies back now, so.
Yeah.
And so.
Yeah, tell the people all the stuff you got going on. You always have several hats.
Yeah. Listen, man, I'm very excited about the rebranding of Spelling Gets Hard. We did a new format for that. It's a lot of fun. Very excited about it. Rob Haze is on the episode. It's going to be great. I feel like that's when me fading out. Like, you supposed to say that at the end. I was supposed to be like,
my bad.
What are these sounds? This is just a kit. This is just a pack that you really. I don't think you know where everything is, and now you're just like, yeah, K.
I'm on an episode.
This is a Game of Thrones starter pack beat set. Rob's on the episode. Very excited about this new format. Yeah, man. And I got a couple things in the work with a couple companies that can't speak on until the paperwork is done.
Come on.
Because I need the check. You ain't got to post it. Once I get the check, hey, that's up to you. It's your content now. So all things can be found at Tahir Moore on all platforms.
Dope. This has been another episode of the Inconsistent Podcast with Rob Haze. Shout out to my guest, Tahir Moore. Please rate, comment, subscribe. Yeah.
That was the driest outro. Yeah.